I discovered my 6-year-old son was secretly teaching our elderly neighbor to read after her husband died. Mr. and Mrs. Wilson had lived next door for decades. When Mr. Wilson passed away last winter, 87-year-old, Mrs. Wilson became increasingly isolated. I'd bring her meals and check on her, but between my job and single parenting, I couldn't visit as often as I wanted. My son Ethan, however, started disappearing to her house every afternoon after school. "We're just having cookies," he'd say when I asked. I was happy he was keeping her company, but noticed he always brought his first-grade reading books. One afternoon, I went to pick him up early and quietly let myself in with the spare key Mrs. Wilson had given me. What I saw stopped me in my tracks. They sat at her kitchen table, Ethan patiently pointing to words in his beginner reader, while Mrs. Wilson carefully sounded them out. "See, a cat," she exclaimed, and Ethan cheered enthusiastically. I stepped back, not wanting to interrupt. Later, when Ethan came home, I gently asked about their reading sessions. "Mrs. Wilson never learned to read," he explained, matter-of-factly. "Mr. Wilson used to read everything for her. Now she's sad because she can't read the letters he wrote her." Tears filled my eyes. "Who suggested the reading lessons?" "Nobody," he shrugged. "My teacher says we should help people who are sad. Mrs. Wilson was sad she couldn't read, so I am teaching her." 6 months later, Mrs. Wilson read an entire letter from her late husband aloud at our dinner table, tears streaming down her face. When she finished, she hugged Ethan and whispered, "You gave me his voice back." I never explicitly taught my son to recognize illiteracy or how to address it with dignity. He simply saw someone hurting and found a way to help, the purest lesson I never had to teach. Sometimes our children's hearts understand what our words never could explain.